the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
No breathing for them. So old business. Can we start with that?
Yeah, it's our whole business.
You have anything for old business?
We can talk, I did the closeout paperwork today for the, call to paving grant. So we have to pay back $8,999 to NDOT. They will invoice us for that, and that is because the bids came in lower than what we expected, and they will take their funds back before they'll mess with our 25%. So, that's why we'll have to pay back, so, but I think everything, Brian, you wanna talk about the paving, or?
I was really impressed with the paving, just one joint, and I told them that they're gonna deal with that one, I'm not sure exactly what they said yet, but then, I talked to Cole a little bit today, but he didn't explain say what they were gonna do with that.
Yeah, after our meeting with everybody the other day, they went down there to look at it.
Yeah,
See what we're talking
and
about.
he'll let me know what they're gonna do, I think they're gonna try to maybe grind it and maybe put a little on top or something, but I don't know for sure, but
I see the painting got done,
they got done today,
looks very nice.
it looks good.
see
I
how-
kinda teased him, I thought they could have put a little more paint on, but he said that's what they recommend.
I think it looks very nice.
Yeah, it does.
Single coat versus
It must have dried fast.
Yeah. It dried real fast.
So you know that, like the under old business.
Yeah, let's do that, let's do it.
So, you know, last year we agreed to hire part-time help kids. So on June 9th, Micah started working for the town of Judy. He's been doing amazing. But I need a motion, I'll entertain a motion to hire him.
I make a motion.
I'll second. He started after our meeting. All
We're
in
gonna-
favor?
We're gonna retroactive that to 6/9.
Yep.
Okay. Okay,
So that's,
okay, so that's, perfect, okay.
I don't think they need an invoice for town country, it's already done.
Yeah, it's paid.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then, mine.
Did you guys have a pre-con meeting
We did,
on Thursday?
we sure did.
Everything good there?
They plan on starting in 2 weeks, as long as Brian still says yes. We had the little hiccup at Orchard. In our conservancy meeting, we had that all worked out, I believe. JR came down and looked at the tile that we're having an issue with. And then had a meeting with Brian, so Brian can tell you what happened down there with that.
Yeah, where the drain that's there now is not working, so we're gonna do away with that and put in a new drain off of the blacktop. And, so the water can get away and put a new section of tile in. It'll be a lot faster and a quicker fix.
When we were all down there, we called, King and Bill. Bill came down to look at it, that way they knew what they were signing up for, you know, as far as payments that are coming.
Okay, perfect. Okay, Brady sent the MCO report, which I've given all you guys, the 2024 community, or consumer confidence report, we finished, mailed out, and did what we were supposed to send it to IDEM. He said that that Jeremy Vanderwall had signed off on the amendments from the Casey's plans, and he has heard nothing back from them since then. So if there's anything else in this report you guys wanna go over, it's in here.
Casey's did finally, pay for their permit and come get that last week.
Yep.
So they're up to date on all their permits.
Yep.
Found, the footing is poured.
I
think.
think, yeah. They framed it all up and I think
They had forms set for the foundation.
Good.
Yeah, I think it's coming pretty quick.
Yeah.
You know, he said it wasn't gonna take long. Once they started, it was
No.
just gonna be 0 to 60.
anybody about it?
Okay, next on the agenda is the minutes from the June 3rd, oh, it's been so long, June 3rd board meeting.
I'll entertain a motion.
I make a motion to accept all the minutes and claims.
I'll second. All in favor? Aye.
Okay, I have one thing, I have my, budget meeting with the Department of Local Government and Finance on July 30th. So if anyone wants to be involved in, helping me, get the budget ready for, before that date,
You said the 30th?
yeah,
The meeting's on the 30th.
yeah,
She'll have
it'll
to
be
work
like
before
a
that.
Zoom meeting.
Okay.
So, what I usually do is I just do like a rough draft,
It's a Wednesday.
and, then we can go over if you guys see anything we need more here or there, transfer money or whatever,
So,
so.
you have to figure out, like, your vehicles.
That's correct.
stuff like that.
Okay, so I'll be working on that, when I feel better, and, get that ready for, you guys to look at and make some changes. Okay, that's all I have, the next person is Dustin.
There's the fire door and gas log. And, the first thing I have on here is I need someone to find the ordinance or number for the persons living in a trailer on property or near properties. I've been dealing with two of them now, so at one time, I know somebody, it's been years ago, somebody gave me a number or something like that, ordinance number, but I never had the actual ordinance written out. I don't know if it's under like building code
Okay,
or
what is it again, ordinance?
it's like someone living in a camper on someone's property or near a property.
Okay, I believe the ordinance is that a lot is only supposed to have a single family home on that lot,
So
correct me if I'm wrong.
building codes.
A single bill.
So we do have that ordinance, so I will find that.
If I can just get a copy of it, that way I can give them to the people that I need to.
Yes.
I just had a couple recent complaints, they've been addressed, but on top of it. The golf cart registration is in the process, going well, seems to be doing good, no major problems. Yesterday, we had a flat tire on the ramp. We had a spare at the police station, but the spare is basically brand new. So the tread on it is a lot of tread. I took it to McCool's to have him switch the rims on, and, he put the spare on there, but he said my suggestion would be to get new tires, because we have like 40% tread on one tire, and almost 100% tread on another, and he said it's gonna knock it out of one. So I'll leave that up to you guys to make a decision on what we do with that, but I'm sure I guess I can combine this next one in with that. Last year, I think we were due for a new squad. I told Sherry the Ram was in really good shape. I like the truck, let's keep it for another year. So this year's budget, will be budgeting, should be budgeting for next year, a purchase for a new vehicle. From what McCool says, if we keep the Ford, it's gonna start dying against the death. It's about at that time where it's going to have issues, especially if we have timing issues, because it's going to be a problem. I would like to have a spare car just for like last night, when the tire went flat. I don't have the means, I have the means to change it, but I can switch out vehicles or if I hit a deer or something like that. My thoughts are, if I have a mechanic telling me we should probably think about getting rid of the Ford, get rid of the Ford and keep the truck. I know it's your guys' decision, so we may need to start talking about that and what we're going to purchase for our next squad. So,
They switched over to Chevy this year, haven't they?
the state bid, I think, is going to, we still have Chevy and Dodge. Durango is topless. Sheriff's Department is going towards topless. I love the truck, but it's not like I have to have a truck. The seller for me on the truck is the store, the Ram boxes, the comfort, everything else because I'm in it all the time. So we don't absolutely have to have a truck, but I would have to find the pricing on, I'd rather not have a Durango, they're way too small. I can't fit in and out of there, but it would probably be pricing between, the top one, or if they start a statement for 2026 or something on the Ram, getting something like that.
I think we should just go ahead and get pricing for them, and we should also get prices for new tires for the truck.
I personally think, we're in a boat with maintenance, that the trailer needs new tires. That we should just go ahead and get the tires that we need.
No,
If you're down to 40% already, I know our trailer, it needs new tires.
We don't use that trailer, do we?
We use it from time to time, and I just used it last week to haul the Bobcat out to the sewer plant. And I put air in tires, and I told her, I said, maybe I should have put air in, but I separated,
That's the tire.
they just drive around.
Yeah.
This is the tire on the trailer.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
Well, they're
It's like a
supposed to be,
He does a good deal as for tires, I just got tired of yeah.
From where?
I say, I know you guys have talked about pumps, so
Yes.
and we got an account with them, but
is that,
That's what county has been using, they're
Yeah.
getting a killer deal. And
is that, used to be Wonderland?
no,
Oh, no.
Wonderland is different. And they are not having very good luck with those tires right now, so they switched over to Ponce out of Lafayette, and they deliver here. The only reason I
We've
suggest
used
it,
pumps before, we have an account there.
Because last time I think we got the tires,
we would have to put them on, they deliver them, so we would have
go
to have
out
them.
here and then look for the bump there.
McCool's will do it, I mean, if Brian brings in the tire and the vehicle, we'll put them on.
I think if we just get pricing for both,
Yeah, that's,
go with the best price.
okay. So I'll get, you want me to get prices for the tires from him, from the pool and this,
yeah.
whatever it is.
Or if you can email us the tire size, maybe when Sherry feels better, she can call the Wilson and shit.
I can text Jason, he can probably tell me the price tomorrow.
Okay.
As far as this place, I can call them, I'm sure he's got the number or whatever, I can get pricing. I mean, it's fixed, the spare is on it, the spare is not just a spare, it's a,
But now you have no spare.
but, yeah, I have no spare. And as far as the vehicles, what are your guys' thoughts on keeping versus getting rid of or anything else with vehicles?
I just wanna see the budget first, before I say.
And the pricing for new, like, what would a new squad cost?
Right, so you
It's
want
gonna imagine, or it's gonna depend on too, if, like, for the Explorer, we paid quarterly payments on it and paid it, and then, but with the truck, it was like,
company, right?
yeah, some of it was, and then we paid the rest of it off. So that's gonna depend on too, whether we're gonna pay it all off or we're going to make payments on it.
But we will be working on that budget this month, right?
Yeah.
So,
Well, the reason I say that, I talked to Chip the other day, and I know, like, you have to make it, you have to put an order in before you want it, because it takes forever to get them. And they might be out of what you want,
yeah.
and you have to wait till next year if you don't order it, so.
Now, would you trade the Explorer, or would you try to sell that outright? Yeah,
I guess,
We don't have to auction that?
no, we don't have to, if he trades it, we can trade it, but if we do sell it outright, we do have to do
Yeah,
bids.
right. I know when I took it in there, when we were talking about trading for the truck, the dealership wouldn't give us hardly anything for it.
Okay.
So, I don't know what it'd be worth now. And I don't, maybe a different dealership would say, oh yeah, we'll give you $3,500 for it, I'm not sure, it's in decent shape, but
Maybe one of the other towns might want to buy it.
2016. It's got 80, whatever the gas log says, 81,000 miles on it, I think. choice, obviously I'd keep all 3 vehicles and have 3 vehicles to have different vehicles out on Beaver Fest time and different things, but I know that's not always feasible for a town like this either, so I wouldn't have a problem with getting rid of it. I definitely would wanna keep one of them. The truck has really good equipment in it, so if we, you know, it depends on what kind of vehicle you get. It's not like I can take everything out of the truck and put it in the new car. But if we kept that with brand new equipment and we already have a radio that goes in it, so we don't have to buy a radio. We already got a radar. It would just be buying the lights and putting the stripes on and stuff like that, so it would be littler cost. If we get rid of the car, we can't really take anything out of the car and put it in a new vehicle. It just wouldn't work. I think that's all I have.
Okey dokey. So you're gonna call Nicole, get a price
Yeah.
on the tires?
Yeah,
Thank you.
I told him, I said, don't do anything yet, cause he asked me if I wanted him to get tires. I said, we have a meeting tonight, so I'll discuss it. I'll text him and just tell him to give me a price, and then we'll get a hold of this other place.
Also for the trailer.
That's what I was
I
gonna
say,
say.
if you guys don't mind, I'll just have him get some tires,
Yeah.
instead of getting them from pumps and having him put them on from pumps. Because he's put tires on the dump truck and everything,
Right.
I just feel comfortable with him getting tires. You guys don't have to get tires from him.
That's fine, you guys just wanna get it done and get it over with, and that's fine with me.
I'll see what
Is that fine with you guys?
Yeah.
I know the tires that are on the truck are
Is that fine with you?
not cheap.
Yeah, I don't care. Whatever's the easiest.
Well, they both need tires, so
Right.
you're gonna have to do it no matter what.
Yeah.
So there's probably,
Can you give me a roundabout figure when you
It's
have
fine.
it for what you think a new vehicle would cost?
Yes, when my phone's over there, but I'll call, when we're done here, I'll call Chip and see if he can give me
Yeah,
a roundabout figure.
just around, I'm not gonna hold you
Yeah,
to it.
I
but
think
just-
what his plan is to get a new Tahoe. I know a lot of the county are going with Tahoes. I wouldn't mind driving a Tahoe. I love this truck, but I wouldn't mind driving a Tahoe. I just like the,
Yeah,
did
just,
Shannon already get one?
I think they ordered some, but I don't know.
So he might have a price.
Yeah, I don't know the status of where they're at on those.
yeah, just like something more above, around.
Okay.
We're probably looking at like $2,000 for tires.
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
Okay, next is Brian.
That'd be me, but we're good, we don't know. The street doing, I got worried about is when we get ready to do the paving on Chestnut, what we're gonna do exactly there. 12 foot wide, I'm gonna have to cut some trees and get that ready, that road ready. Grinding on, Orchard, I'm not sure, and I've talked to the town and country about it. I don't think there's a lot of blacktop there, so when they go to grind it, it may be a total disaster, because I'm not sure what's underneath that road. It may, because right now it's a two mill and fill, and I don't think there's 2 inches of mill.
Does Matt should have understood that when
Yeah.
he signed up for this mess.
Yeah, and so, and I talked to him a little bit about it. He understands that can be, but I said, we don't know until we start grinding what's gonna happen, you know?
And then Town and Country looked at it and gave the bid based on.
Right.
So,
Yeah, we're good to go, but I'm just kind of worried about where it's gonna head, you know, once we get started on it.
yeah.
And then the piece about the water rushing off of Duke's property, they've got a couple different ideas, and we haven't come up with a general idea on how to fix that water
On
runoff.
set fix.
I think what the best bet would be to cut it out a little bit and then blacktop it to give it a funnel to run on, and it won't wash that way. They were talking about maybe putting some tubes and stuff in it, but that's still gonna be dirt and stone, and water's gonna wash dirt and stone. So I'm probably gonna try to lean them towards actually paving it, but it'll probably just be hand paved, but something like that. And but other than that, just the typical stuff going on, I'm good to go.
Just keep him in line.
Yeah.
How's Ernie been doing?
Well, he retired, but like, he's been here every day since. So
That's
had
okay.
I had him a little yesterday, I had him today, I'll have him again tomorrow, and,
Good.
right now we're hauling some dirt from, Josh is working on that, there's, putting some work down at the South Ambulance base, and there's some dirt, and, so they offered it to us for nothing, so we're hauling it out there, so I got Ernie hauling the dirt from down there up here, so we can put it on the walking path.
Okay, and King just said tonight, if there is a loader down there, so if you or Ernie text,
Okay,
all you gotta do is run down there,
okay,
and somebody down there will load you,
okay,
so, whenever you guys are ready.
okay.
Well, obviously, we know that I got it tilled on
Mhm.
Sunday
Mhm.
at 3:00. We found a whole lot of brick. So I set them off to the side, right outside of the fence,
Mhm.
but they're there, so don't go mowing outside of that fence, because there's a bunch of brick. I didn't really know what to do with them, I mean, I wasn't gonna carry them around, because I was out there with,
Right,
AJ, but,
yeah, we found, when we were building that, we found a lot of bricks, so
Yeah.
after, something really tore down at some point, ended up on that road.
yeah. So I found a bunch and set them out there, I didn't know if we wanted to incorporate them back in there, because I know one of them got laid next to that, where we're gonna put the butterfly patch.
We were digging all those out, and I left that one there, but we
I like
dug it and put it back in, and just because and it's, the writing was up, like, I'll just put it here and see if it'll stay, and
Yeah.
nobody's bothered it.
Yeah, because I like it, I like it being there, so, we're gonna go down there and trim some trees this weekend, so I again need a bobcat. Okay, just so we're clear.
Oh, speaking of trimming trees, owner's responsibility or our responsibility to trim any bushes that are blocking views from roadways, like that?
That is on my list, I actually noticed a tree blocking, the stop sign coming from Duke's house. I don't know what road that is, but you can't see the stop sign.
The pine trees.
Yeah, all that stuff is blocking that whole stop sign. So I thought maybe, that would be a good Judy list, if they got done with their other list that I created.
Walnut, when you come out eastbound on Walnut to Polk, whether you look to your north, you have the pine trees, and the south, you have the bushes on Lucy's property. And the bushes, you really can't see anyone coming. And I've had a couple of older
The bushes, I think that's Lucy's responsibility.
So what if it's just in the view, we got color cut it out?
Not cut them down, just trim them up so you zero.
Yeah.
Have to be gone.
Well, and in all reality, I mean, it's in our easement, we can take them out, and then that's one of the things you ask them to trim them up, and then if they refuse, you can always say, well, it's in our easement, we can take them out. And then a lot of times they'll trim them up. So, normally I usually try to talk to the homeowner, and then I trim them up a little bit, so I'll talk to Lucy and see where we can.
But I think the one at the stop sign that's us, for sure, because it's covering the sign.
Yeah. And I don't always come from Duke's, that road on Duke's, or their
Going
road.
north,
You're
coming
talking
back out
about
of
the
there.
Lena Street?
Rain, sitting at the stop sign going north.
Yeah, it'd be on, Clay Street, right?
The sign is on Green, not on Michigan.
It's the trees
It's
that are
saying to
starting to
turn
cover
right
it.
on Michigan.
The pine trees are starting to cover it up.
There's a tree and then pine trees. I couldn't see the stop sign at all when I left there. Month yesterday. Yeah,
I'll check it out.
that's the only one I have is that the sign is.
There's a few of them every once in a while, but I just trim it back.
And that's what I said before, I said a lot of times you just get used to driving, you don't even notice them, so when you guys see these things, you write it down, and I don't, a lot of times you just drive by them and don't even think about it.
Well, I know, I mean, you guys are busy off doing other things and you get something trash every street.
All those ones that are covered, I never noticed it, and somebody said something, I'm like, oh yeah, I see it now.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's another one.
I take the trimmers around every once in a while and just trim it back myself, but when they're on someone's property, right, not blocking the stop sign out.
Well, no town attorneys, no town reporter, attorney report. Donation requests,
I have two.
okay.
The first one is for 4-H sports fishing. Mr. Lockmiller is asking for a donation of $500 for trophies and other things for the kids.
And we've donated to them before, yes.
A few years ago.
The
the Methodist Church, the United Church, the River Church, and the Mount Air Methodist Church.
And this provides what for them?
Oh, they get a dinner, a snack, and a t-shirt.